Disclaimer, this video includes heavy language. If you would like to see the video with the language censored, click the screen now or follow the link in the description. Thank you.
Man, we gotta go. The Norks are coming, man. The Norks are coming. Did you just call them Norks? Well, yeah. That is casually yet extremely racist. You got a point.
Jayson's Judgements, I'm gonna judge a game.
Fuck this game! Honestly, this game brought me to a halt on my channel because I just did not want to go through the footage of this game because it was just so bad. And it stalled me from actually producing other content because I felt like I couldn't do anything else until I did this review, but I didn't want to do this review because fuck this game. So I'm just going to make this as quick and painless as possible, so bear with me. We all know that the game had a very tumultuous development, and I have sympathy for teams that have to undergo such bad circumstances. It's unfortunate and it sucks. However, I have no sympathy for a team that puts out a piece of shit like this and does it in a good frame of mind. That's the difference between the development hell of Doom and the development hell of Duke Nukem Forever. When it comes to failures, hail to the king, baby. Now, this game is buggy, it's badly written, it's horribly optimized. Somehow it runs worse on the PS4 than it did on PC, and I found that hard to believe because it ran like shit on the PC. I could barely get up to 40 frames most of the time. And it's just bloated with garbage. How bloated? Well, think of it as an urban Far Cry, but with nothing redeeming about a single fucking thing. It's not even a motherfucking honey badger. He wouldn't be dancing like that if he knew just how bad this game was. You dodged a bullet, sir. You dodged a bullet. Hell, when I was nearing the end of this game, I had to get drunk to cope with the fact that I was still playing the game. And that was the only way for me to get any kind of enjoyment out of it. Now, Homefront is a giant case of incredible concept and terrible execution. Everything down to the mechanics of it, the whole open world aspect was completely unneeded. However, there were mechanics that were introduced that seemed interesting, but were just so terribly executed that they're just better off having done a linear story. Now, the best thing I could probably say about it is the weapon customization, and that's not even unique to this game. We got this shit back in Crysis 2.
Oh yeah, let me turn that shotgun into a freedom launcher. Oh no, it was the Inferno launcher, that's what it was. There we go.
But there's so much horrible shit here that even that doesn't help at all. There is zero redeeming features of this game, unless you enjoy poking fun at bugs, and even that gets old after very quickly.
Okay, on to phase 2. So the Norks
Look at the bin.
flying drones that control the red zones. We call them dusters because they drop this
It's
gas.
a magic bin.
This stuff is fucking evil. If we don't want them being used
Who's the
against us
sorcerer in here?
Indy Hall,
Is it
we're
you?
gonna need
Oh.
to take out all of the launch sites around the city.
It's gotta be this guy. He's so
I'm
concentrated.
guessing they'll be heavily guarded, but I'm not asking you to go alone. I'll drive the Goliath
Why?
from here and back.
Why, Magic Man, why?
Be a good way to test the systems.
Use your wizardry for good, not for
Please.
bins.
Okay, I'm sending the launcher locations to your phone and bringing the Goliath online. Let's
More often than not, the bugs are more infuriating and just piss you off. They actively stop you from being able to complete the game to where you'll have to restart multiple times and things, so on and so forth. It's just broken. Speaking of broken and infuriating, I have never seen such bad AI. Ever. And more often than not, they just get in your way to the point where you have to kill them so you can progress through doorways and such. And that's not necessarily a good thing. Oh, and as far as the NPCs go, let's put it into perspective. Right to hell, Retribution had better written characters. Yeah, just let it sink in. Give it a second.
This is a developer that hasn't give a shit since Crysis 1.
Hello down there. I'm Dana. And you are? Mr. Spy. You and I, we're gonna play a game. You're gonna tell me what the Norks know about us, and I'm gonna hurt you while you do it. This game will be a lot more fun for me than you, I'm afraid. Question is, will it be quick? Or will it be really, really slow? Just scream as loud as you want, okay? No need to suffer in silence. Okay. Nipples first.
Hey, Dana, I hear we got company. Who is he?
Just another spy. Gonna ask him a few questions.
How do you know he's a spy?
Well, that's what Baker and Scazzari said.
Those two? Dana, they're dumb as shit. You got anything on them? Say, pal. Get some ID. What you got here? Ethan Brady. I knew it. Walker's message said he was coming in with this guy.
Well, no one told me.
Yeah, well, if I could ever find you when I need you.
Yeah.
You'd only just joined Harvey's crew, right? I'm sorry about what happened, but you survived. We could use a guy like you.
I'm Jack Parrish, by the way. This is Doc Sam Burnett, and, Dana Moore you met. No hard feelings, I hope.
You're a lucky boy.
Every single turn you can predict what is going to happen, who the traitor is, who's not gonna like your decisions, so on and so forth. Who's gonna die? Oh, I wonder who. Long story short, this is a game that went open world for no good reason. Honestly, it would have been better served just being a linear story. A lot of the frustrations of this game would have been taken out that way. This game suffers from the same kind of open world syndrome that other open world games have, like Far Cry. But even worse, here's the same 5 things that you're going to be doing again, and again, and again, and over, 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 and over. So for the sake of my sanity, I'm gonna cut this short, and we're just going to the Junior Judgements. The Junior Judgements is the section in which I break down the game into various categories that I'm reviewing, and give them scores based upon those categories, and then we go to the final judgment, where I give the game its final grade. Now, the categories for today are graphics, sound design, mechanics, multiplayer, story, replayability, and content. Now for graphics, I'm gonna give this one a 7. There's nothing too impressive. It looks decent when there's not texture glitches and issues with bugs and phasing through walls, and there's a lot of issues that impact being able to see properly. For sound design, the highest I can give it is a 6. The weapons sound pretty good, but aside from that, the music is boring. There's nothing that kind of amps you up when you get in battles. The NPCs are fairly voiced, I guess, but with such bad dialogue that they're given, there's no way that they can really redeem it. So at least I'll give them a shout out there. Mechanics. Again, a 6. Very much suffering from open world syndrome. And there are cool ideas that are presented, especially with the weapon modding system and things like that. However, most of it is just a bunch of repetitive shit. For multiplayer, we're getting a 4 here. And that's because instead of, being able to have a buddy with you in your world, it's 6 different missions that you pre-play over and over and over and over and over. However, there's more customization in the multiplayer than there is in the fucking campaign. What the fuck? Story. I'm gonna stretch here and give it a 4. Mainly because of the concept behind it. The idea of the story is very fascinating, and it's very realistic, in which this is how things would happen were we in this current situation. However, it's so terribly written that it cannot be excused, and you find yourself not giving a fuck about anything by the time it's over. You're like, honestly, I see why we got invaded, and you don't deserve freedom. And for replayability and content, 0, our first goose egg. There is nothing redeeming enough to bring you back to this game. 0. Now, for the final judgment, I give this game an F. For certified fuckbaggery, do not ever touch this game for the sake of your own sanity. I am finally finished with this review, so I never have to think about this fucking game again. Well, once I finish editing it, which I do not look forward to, because I have to go through that footage again. Thank you for watching my review on Homefront the Revolution. It's a terrible game. Don't get it. And I'm sorry, it's much shorter than the reviews I like to do. I like to go more in depth. I just could not bring myself to do that with this game. It's not good, and I cannot bring myself to think about it enough to do it. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, like, all that good stuff. You can follow me on my various social medias, Twitter, here on YouTube. I'm on Twitch, where you can see me suffer through games like this live. And various links will be in the description to other places that you can reach me if you have an idea for a game that you'd like to see me talk about on here. Go ahead and let me know. And until next time, you all stay sexy out there. Nice try. Don't even fucking try it. The weapons sound pretty good.